most thoughtful thing I've ever seen.
The issue.
Conventions could be comparable to my 9-to-5 paycheck. Hello friends! This weekend we are actually not going to a convention, but we are about to go on a little trip. We are going to Vancouver Island for our friend's wedding. They are having it at the tigh-na-mara resort, which I've never been to, but it looks super pretty. So I'm really excited for a restful and relaxing and super fun weekend celebrating our friends. It's gonna be really different than the rest of the summer that I've had. I'm also gonna be doing like an overall review of all the conventions that I've done this summer, and I think we'll go into a little bit of an analysis of maybe what I would do again, what I probably wouldn't go back to, and kind of just my thoughts around how everything went this summer, this whole experience. So let's go have a restful and reflective weekend.
And there's also a YouTuber now.
I know. I'm obsessed.
We are on the ferry, and on the big ferries going to the island, they have a white spot here, and in the summers they have the white spot blueberry pie.
Huge.
On the ferry. Oh, I hope this is as good as I remember. I feel like I haven't had one of these since I was a
You
kid.
should keep it in here in case it like overflows.
Good idea.
Just my.
It does look
already
quite
overflowing.
nice.
I know it's already, literally already overflowing.
The blueberries covered in
Syrup.
syrup.
It helps.
It's delicious.
Is it cold? No.
It's actually hilarious because without the whipped cream, it barely even looks like a pie.
It's
It just looks like
berries.
yeah, it's a bowl of berries
like,
with a
craving this
tart
the other day. I was
bowl.
like, girl, make this feel home. It's just berries in a tart shell.
Did you make it though? Did you make it? That's what I'm saying. We just made it to Nanaimo, which is where the wedding this weekend is going to be held, but we are actually here a day early because we wanted to go to another island over here. Our friend's family has a cabin on this little island called Mudge. I've never been there before. It's like one of the many little Vancouver islands around Nanaimo. So we are gonna go spend the night there. A bit of an extension before our weekend vacation, essentially. We made it to Mudge. The ride was a little rainy, but it was actually not as wet as I thought it was gonna be. Like the boat was covered in everything, and it was so pretty. Now we're at the house. We're gonna have some dinner. This looks so good.
Yeah, exactly. I did.
No.
Okay.
When I first watched this, I did have someone from Shopify install this font. We just made it to tigh-na-mara resort where the wedding is being held. It's such cute cabin vibes here. Here's our room. Ooh. The bed is made out of wood. I mean, a lot of beds are made out of wood, but look, this bed is made out of like logs. Oh my goodness, look at the view. Wow, this is right outside our room. Look, that's the beach. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I just noticed everything in this room actually looks like it's made of logs. The nightstand is made of logs. The chair is made of logs. This is so nice. What a beautiful place to have a wedding. Now I think I'm gonna take a shower, and then tonight we have the welcome party. Okay, makeup is done. I'm not gonna do my hair today. We're a little short on time for the party, and I also think it's raining outside, so it's gonna end up being straight anyways. This is my fit for the welcome party. The dress code was casual. It's a barbecue, so I don't think it's gonna be super fancy, but I'm trying to pick a bag to go with it. The black one's kind of more evening nighttime. But then I also just got this really cute white beaded bag. It's the Tommy bag from Stout. This is definitely a little bit more dressy. And I brought this because I'm going to wear this to the actual wedding. But I'm not sure which one I should wear tonight. What do you think?
Black.
You like the black one?
Yeah.
Alright. We're going with the black one for this outfit.
Hannah, who's coming tonight, and Yara, who's coming tomorrow.
Happy wedding! We're gonna bury a sausage. That's the goal for tonight. It's tradition.
Both a forest fire and a monsoon. I thought that would be appropriate. So, JJ, you have to do the honors. Okay. Take the sausage, and then every person will get the chance to drop some sand on together. Do the first cover, and then we'll pass.
Good morning! It's the next day. Today we are actually gonna leave the resort for a little bit because coincidentally some of our other friends are staying across the street from here in walking distance of this resort. Like, what are the chances that we would be on the island and our friends would be like over there at the same time?
I love it.
So because we have a little bit of time before the wedding today, we're gonna go meet up with them and grab a coffee. They're right up there. This is the ultimate breakfast bagel. We finished our coffees and breakfast, and when we were walking over here there was actually a super cute thrift store just up the street, so we're gonna go look. They have this whole box of frames and they have this big one for corkboard. Debating if I should get it for my display because you can like pin stuff into it. Thrift stores have the best frames. I really like this one for print at home, and maybe this gold one too would look good. Okay, I took this one out. This is a really nice frame. It is super heavy duty. It's gold, like full metal. There's no price though. This one actually looks like it's a little damaged here. And the glass broke down here, so maybe I won't get this one. I found a bunch more over here. I really like this frame, but I'm starting to realize that they are selling mostly the art, like it's priced based on the price of the art, which valid, but I only want the frame, so it might be really expensive. I didn't get it because it was $50.
Oh, no, that's
I think because they're not selling it as a frame.
Oh,
They're
it's a
selling the
print.
painting and the art. Yeah. There's a restaurant here at the lodge. They had a deal for pizzas. For takeout, you could get one pizza and then the second one was only $5. So we ordered 2 pizzas and then we're just gonna go eat it in our hotel room because we gotta get ready for the wedding. Right up there is the restaurant if we were to dine in, but we don't have time for that today. That's okay. There's also a cute little gift shop up here. Oh my gosh, this must be where the wedding reception is later. Wait, they already have something set up. This is so cute. All the tables are their little pets. That's us. We're Luca. Okay, to the gift shop. Everything they sell here would be so cute for a beach house. Look at this oyster plate. Also, that's Hare waiting outside over there. He's waiting for our friends to get here. They actually sell snacks and emergency stuff here. Okay, I want to get some chips for later tonight if we get snacky after the wedding. But the only big ones they have is spicy dill pickle, I think. And Hare hates pickles. I think I'm just gonna have to get 2 smaller bags, regular and onion yogurt. All right, we got the pizza. Both of these pizzas together was only like $30. Such a good deal. Oh, this is the Mediterranean. And then what was the second one that we got? Oh, this one is the meat lovers. Wow, these look so good. I'm gonna try the Mediterranean first. Look at that.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Nice.
Full of toppings. I think it's like feta and pesto maybe. There's artichoke, olives. There's honestly way too many sun-dried tomatoes on it, but it's good. Meat lovers.
Like that.
This is good too. These taste like those like wood fire oven pizzas, I think. So, very good. Recommend. Oh my god, this is beautiful.
Just in case you're wondering.
For the ceremony.
Thanks, I was actually wondering.
That go? Yeah. Gotta figure out.
You want two in there?
You guys do like.
Shrimp cocktail.
I'm gonna try this. I think it's a shrimp cocktail.
Just a spicy horse clamato.
Tuna.
Yum.
Wonton?
I have to one bite it.
Oops.
I know it's so hard.
The tuna's good.
No, the tuna's better.
Is this like a bocconcini on a stick?
It's delicious. Yeah. Very good.
This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. You know there's an angel and hair card in there. Hey! In the bathroom, they have this like entire tray. They had band-aids inside, which I got some in case my shoes start to hurt. We had Charlotte Tilbury set of trays.
What? Actually?
They had hairsprays, like fix my hair a little bit.
God.
So many good. They had boob trays, they fixed their dress. They had blotting papers.
Wow, man.
They had tubs in the guys' bathroom.
I can get more
We
if you
didn't have
want.
tubs.
I'll go get more. I'll go get more.
My trajectory was more
Literally the most thoughtful thing I've ever seen in a. Oh my god, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, JJ and Crown. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
They got everything. There's steak, salmon, and chicken. Yorkshire pudding. I want this first.
Yorkshire.
Yeah, I did. Look, it's right in there. Look at that steak.
Wait, you get. What about the?
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean
That's
to
okay.
make you not
That's okay. No. I'll take two. Okay.
salmon, but the potatoes won the potatoes really looked good.
You're like, yeah, fuck the potato. You can come back for
Meanwhile, she's like waiting patiently for the potatoes.
No, seriously.
Congratulations! Did you get the first 75? Yeah, I did. No one had the bride string. I got two signatures.
Like they're designed for.
This one is the groom
deadlifts
string.
I
It's
can't
at
pick up.
Hotel Georgia. Oh, this one is more
different
almondy
barriers.
than the one that you got. This is a French 75. Bride string.
Serena, I heard you hate dogs.
Full dessert plate. Chocolate chip cookie.
Oh yeah.
Staple. Perfect. I think this is like an ice cream thing. I'm not sure.
It's just.
It looks good.
It's not. So the problem with the cannoli is. So the thing with the cannoli, what is possible?
Because it's good to be crispy.
Yeah. It needs to be out of the oil.
The wontons were the same.
Same with the wontons. Exact same with the wontons. Not a big deal.
I'm not gonna lie, it was
Because real tacos, and then once it's on there, you have the sauce right there. He just had like a
We have desserts outside. You never mentioned that.
I was like,
There.
right out of this
It's almost like banana bread actually.
From Seashell.
It
looks like a chocolate
olive. Opinions?
And I was like, I work with it literally every day.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not qualified to answer this question, but you know who is.
Cool.
What are you guys doing?
3, 2, 1.
And then she's out here to get side, a whole and a side. Good job on the speech too.
Honestly, I'm actually super nice.
You did great. We do have video evidence, but
The issue is the length of like all her stuff. I was like trying to avoid it, and then
Brian coming up next.
I just wanna be big rock stars, living hilltop houses, driving 15 cars. I am back from the island. We had a super nice and relaxing weekend at tigh-na-mara Resort. I will say, for a wedding venue, I absolutely loved that place. Like, the ceremony area was beautiful. It was so nice to stay right on site. The ocean views were incredible, but I don't know if I would stay there as like a little staycation situation just on its own, because one of its key features was like the grotto spa with this beautiful pool and sauna. But what I didn't know before we went there for this weekend is you actually have to pay extra at this resort to use that feature, or just to like access the saunas and the spas, and that I have never experienced. I've never gone to a resort where not only you have to pay extra, it's like $115 a person just to go to the pool and the spa. So that doesn't include like the massages and the facials that are typically extra. It is just to access all the things that I saw in the photos. It was still really beautiful for the wedding. I think it is an amazing wedding venue. But now I am finally back home, and I don't have to leave my house for another weekend for like over a month. Even though it was kind of busy to leave for a weekend right after I came home from Montreal, this weekend was so relaxing. So I'm really glad that we went. It was also very reflective. I got a lot of time to think about how I want to pursue my art and my business in the future, and just my all-around thoughts on doing conventions like this all across the country for the whole summer. My suitcases from Montreal are not even unpacked yet. They're still on the floor of my studio. So let's get some work done, unpack these suitcases, pack some online orders, and chat. Okay, so for some context, I have actually been running Angel and Hair for over 5 years now, but I just recently went full-time with the business and quit my 9-to-5 job earlier this year. And then right after I quit my job, I started doing travel conventions for the first time this summer. Before this summer and before travel cons, basically, I had a lot of experience doing just like local markets. So the two major new things I was experiencing this summer was travel conventions and vlogging all of it and sharing it with you guys here on YouTube. This summer I went to Calgary Expo, Anime North in Toronto, Icon, which was in Winnipeg, Annie Revo, which was local to me in Vancouver, and then last but not least, I went to Otakuthon in Montreal. That was the one that was just last weekend. So that is 6 conventions over the course of like 3 to 4 months, and then in the middle of that I also spent a month in Asia. In total, it was just like an insane amount of flights to go on in a very short amount of time. And even though I love traveling, I actually hate airplanes. I get super motion sick and it's just not a very enjoyable experience for me. And I definitely do think I pedaled to the metal a little bit hard with travel conventions this summer. I did want to just go full send and try it out, see how I feel about it. I think that there's no good way to tell if you really like something or if it's suitable for you unless you just go for it. And I definitely found that there was some things I really liked about doing travel cons and some things that I didn't. And there was also some events that I would love to go back to again and some where I think I might not try to apply for the next year. The first event that I went to was Calgary Expo, and that event was not the most profitable. It was on the slower side. It was also 4 days. And I really found that I do not love events that are that long. I think 3 is kind of my cap. The second event, which was Anime North in Toronto, I would go back to that one if I can get in again. That one is full lottery, so I think I just got super lucky getting into that one this year, especially it being my first year applying and going to travel cons. Toronto and Montreal were definitely my favorite cities to visit, so I would go back to both of those events. I hate to say this, but I think my least favorite event of the year was probably Icon in Winnipeg. I also had a lot of travel issues coming home from that event, which had nothing to do with Icon in specific, but it did just give me a little bit of a traumatizing experience of Winnipeg as a city because my flight got canceled and then I had to fly all the way to Toronto just to make it home. It's not exactly the type of place that I'm like dying to go back to again. Dinner time, but we'll keep chatting. Hair-made dumplings. And I'm gonna try these dumplings with this Holy Duck chili lava oil that our friends Mar and Kieran got us. We tried this at their house and it's so good. All of the oil is like on top. Do you have to like pre-mix it or something?
A spoon.
What kind of dumplings is that?
Pork and chive.
Pork and chive.
Pork and chive.
Oh, it's so hot. One of the biggest things that I wanted to consider when going to all of these travel conventions is, could I, in theory, be profiting more from doing just the markets and events that I was doing at home? Because of course, when you travel to all of these events, there's so many additional costs, like the hotel, the flight, and then not only is it more expensive to go to these events, but I think there's also a big emotional cost and just exhaustion and tiredness from going on all these business trips essentially. So if I'm not going to be making more money at these travel cons than what I could be making from home without traveling, then is it really worth it to go? So the only way that I really know how to compare that is to take what I made at Annie River, which is the local convention, and compare the profits alone to all of the travel cons. And when I run those numbers, the only event this summer that actually profited more than my local convention was Otakuthon in Montreal. However, the reason why I would also go back to Anime North in Toronto is because I spent so much on the expenses for that event because I was still trying to learn and figure out how to do this. Another really big thing for me is I actually just love being home. I like to be home with Lucy, hang out with our friends on the weekend, just hang out in my house or in my city. Also, when I'm home, I can work on my business in other ways. I am very lucky that I have an online shop that has been established for the past 5 years, and I also have in-person retail locations in BC as well as wholesale orders that I fulfill to other stores. As soon as I started going to conventions and I had to extend my shipping and processing times for my online shop, and I also couldn't update my listings super quickly, and a lot of my new stuff I was only selling in person because I didn't have time to do all the product listings and all of those things to get it online. My online sales definitely took a hit throughout the course of the summer. And I kind of just thought that if I was doing these travel cons, it would be essentially on top of what I was already making. But I do think that taking on this whole other new thing that takes a huge amount of time and energy and effort, it dwindles a lot of the other parts of your business a little bit. I wouldn't say it completely kills it, but it does affect it. Literally, speaking of being home with my dog, how can you leave this first? How can you leave this first? Right now, I actually need to pack a ton of my online orders, and sometimes I try to pack orders while I'm at the events, but I'm never able to get as many orders done while I'm there as I would if I were to be at home packing a bunch of orders at once. When I can't pack my orders quickly enough, I always feel really bad for making customers wait, because I know that mail also takes a really long time, so I always want to get orders out as quickly as I can. There were a few times this summer where I was a little more behind than I would like in getting these online orders packed. Even right now, I'm kind of just trying to catch up from the orders that I got while I was in Montreal, and also this weekend while we were on our little staycation on the island. I know a lot of artists actually closed down their online shop during the busy convention season of the summer, and now I can totally see why. It's not that you can't do both at the same time, but I do think that it can be a lot more difficult to keep up with both and manage them really well. I definitely don't think doing conventions is easy, but I do think it is extremely rewarding. Now, I really need to emphasize that I can only speak for myself in this situation. There's going to be a lot of artists out there who are making a lot more than me at one of these conventions, but there's also going to be a lot of artists out there who are making a lot less. Truly, every single person is going to be so different. It's really going to depend on what you sell and also what place in your art journey you are. Somebody who sells a lot of smaller, more handmade items, they're probably not going to make as much as people who have the big ticket items where the average sale is going to be a lot higher in price, but at the same time the cost to make those products are also going to be a lot higher. You really just gotta take what anybody says about sales and numbers with a grain of salt. It's just going to be so different for each and every person. So I am really just speaking for myself here. Now, for me, what I really wanted to see was if these conventions could be comparable to my 9-to-5 paycheck. And the answer to that is a yes, but definitely not all the time and not every event. Going into this, I definitely did want to curb a lot of my expectations, because even though I've been doing art for a long time and running my business for a long time, I am still, in theory, very new to the convention scene. I totally wouldn't consider myself a super experienced convention artist yet, but I did learn a lot this summer. I'm really happy with the amount of events that I got to go to and experience, and I definitely will be continuing to do travel cons, but I think I may not do as many within a short amount of time, and I also think I'm gonna be a lot more picky about which ones I go to. I also did get some questions about this whole experience from YouTube as well as Instagram, so I'm gonna do a little Q&A here. The first question that I got is, why do you think it's so hard to get into cons? Is it just this year or the same as previous years? I think that there has been a huge influx of artists as well as convention artists in the past 5 years, and I don't necessarily perceive this as a bad thing. I think it is so amazing that kind of during the COVID season, a lot of people found their love and passion for art and also discovered, possibly through the internet, that it was possible to create a living out of this. I think the only major barrier of entry for attending conventions is, in theory, the cost. Since a lot of these events are like lottery or first come first serve for whether or not you get in, it's actually really easy for artists of any level to start doing conventions as long as you can afford it. I don't think it's specifically this year that has gotten more competitive. I actually think that it has gradually gotten more and more competitive every single year. So we'll probably still experience cons getting even more competitive next year and possibly the year after that. But I do think we're at a really funny place in terms of conventions right now, because it is the most competitive it's ever been, but it's it's not like the sales have also been just going like this nonstop. I think that based on what a lot of artists have been experiencing this past year, we have actually been on a pretty steady decline like this from 2022 to 2023. So I definitely don't know if I would consider doing conventions a super sustainable or stable career, but I do think that it is very fun to get out there, go to all these cities, see all these people and places, especially in Canada, where I wouldn't really be visiting all of these cities for any other reason. The next question is, what con had the best food? Okay, the answer to this question is kind of interesting because I love the food in Toronto and I always love going to different restaurants and trying new things there. But the convention that was held in Toronto, Anime North, is actually not in the city of Toronto. It's quite a ways away, and in that area where the convention is held, there's not a lot of good food at all. So I don't know if I can say that the con in Toronto had the best food, because the con food itself was actually not good in Toronto. I think in terms of location and all the meals that I ate during the con, Montreal would have to be the best food that I had. There was so much good food options around. It was like smack in the middle of their Chinatown or downtown area. Basically just tons and tons of good food options within walking distance that you could get before and after the con. Ink by Me also sent me a question. She said, can you come to Toronto again? Thanks. Yes, Amy, you will be seeing me again in Toronto. I would love to come back for an event in Toronto, whether that be Anime North or something else. Overall, I just love Toronto. That is one of the only cities in Canada that I visited a lot that was not in my province. Yes, I would love to come back to Toronto and visit you, Amy. You will be seeing me again soon. Oscar asked me, what's the last thing you cooked for hair? Is it sad that I actually don't know? In our family, Hair does all the cooking. I hardly ever cook. I actually can cook, and I'm not a terrible cook either, but I'm just not as good as him. He's like a chef. He cooks for all of our friends. He's a very good cook, and I'm very lucky. I'm sorry I don't know what the last thing I cooked for Hair is. Maybe I'll make something for him soon. Alright, I think I've rambled enough for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Because my summer of conventions is over, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the next couple of months working on updating my online shop and doing a lot of studio stuff. So stay tuned for that. I do have a shop update coming up at the end of summer. I will try to vlog that whole process, but it does get a little bit chaotic planning a shop update, so we'll see how much of that I get filmed. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!